Studio. We're in our dining room here in Simpsonville, South Carolina. So we're here to do our picks. This is what we call the Bud and Bud Show. So our special guest picker today is going to be none other than the immortal Ray Besock from the Ledger back home. He's not able to join us via video, so we're going to go through the picks this week. He'll be putting them in writing here in the chat. Hey, Amber from England. So, well, Ray, that's up to you if you're immoral or immortal. That's funny. So, everyone, we're going to say hello. Weston, say hello to the group.
Hi.
So last week was a bang-up week. Weston went an even 500. I was at 794, I believe, and then Anna was in the 700s as well. So a great week of picks as well.
What's up, Raymond?
Yep. So a little history that today, well, I should say instead of history, today's sponsors are none other than True Consultants. True Consultants handling all of your PEO consulting needs. We're handling PEO conversions from HRP to Prism. We also do Summit conversions to Prism, and we help you with your operational support. Also, today's co-sponsor of the podcast, or of the broadcast, will be none other than the Big Nerd podcast, which can be heard if you just follow at the Big Nerd podcast on Twitter, or just go follow Ray right on Twitter as well. I think his handle is R-squared, but it's at Ray Besock. So anyway, so here we go. We're going to go around with our first picks, and we're going to start with the top 25 college teams. This is our format every week, is top 25 college teams. Then hang around for our NFL picks, and who knows, Weston might pick another couple of winners from out of nowhere. You never know. So once again, Ray's stuff is a very big nerd podcast, and at It's Besock on Twitter. I think I messed his Twitter handle up before. Here we go. So starting off, we're going to go with the 12 o'clock games right off of ESPN. And this is the ESPN top 25. So just to let everyone know, Alabama travels up to Arkansas to play the Razorbacks, who are 1-4, and they are miserable this year. Did I tell you they're terrible? Did I mention that once before? Alabama, the number one ranked team in the nation, handles up. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Deb. And Weston, who do you have?
I have Alabama.
Weston has Alabama.
Roll Tide.
Big nerd, Ray, where are you? What is your pick for Alabama, Arkansas? I can only imagine who you might pick on this one. He's going to hit us up here when he gets a second. I am also picking Alabama. There's no way that this game is lost by anyone else. And in the indelible words of Forrest Gump, he says, Alabama. So Ray as well, Weston, Shane, Ray. All for Roll Tide, in the words of Sparky Garrettson. All right, so number 19, Texas travels up, I should say, or actually I think this is a neutral site. It is. It's a neutral site at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, Texas. It's a Red River rivalry. They play Oklahoma. This is the season for Texas. This is the season for Oklahoma. Whoever wins this game generally goes into the Big 12 championship. This is for all the marbles. Texas is up and coming. Oklahoma's just reloading. Weston, who do you have?
I have Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, he says, Boomer Sooner. So do I. There's no way that Texas wins this one, in my opinion. So you can put that one on the bank. But what about you, big nerd? He has got Boomer Sooner. Everyone goes for Oklahoma. Awesome. Kansas travels over to West Virginia. Number 9 ranked West Virginia. Will Greer having a great, wonderful season. Is in the Heisman hunt. He's a Florida transfer, as we all know. I think he's a senior this year, so this will be his final season. Weston, who do you have? Kansas or number 9, West by God, Virginia?
I got West Virginia.
West Virginia. What about you, Ray? I also have West Virginia, by the way, where the wind comes rolling on the plane. This will be interesting to see the stuff going on.
You going with?
West Virginia, WVU for the big nerd. All right, Maryland travels to number 15 Michigan. Michigan with a struggle win last week against Northwestern. 4-1. The Khaki is at home. He does really well at home. And so Weston, who you have, Maryland or Michigan?
I'll go with Michigan.
Michigan, it might be another struggle win. Maryland is 3-1, but I'm going to say Michigan as well. Ray, what say you? We should have the Jeopardy thing queued up for him.
Yeah.
Wolverines, so that's Michigan for him as well. Weston, Shane, and Ray. All right, Northwestern, who gave Michigan everything they could handle last week. Hi, Cindy, go blue indeed. Northwestern, who gave Michigan everything they could take and more. It's all good, Ray. Michigan State they travel up to Lansing from Michigan State. It's they're 3-1. Michigan State is. Northwestern's 1-3. And Weston, who do you have in this one?
It's hard to pick the upsets because I like doing the upsets.
Yep.
But I'm going with Northwestern on this one.
Wow, Northwestern in an upset for Weston. I don't know. I think Sparty's got this one personally. So
Because
what about you, Ray?
Northwestern had Michigan. I would say they had them beat.
They had them on the ropes, didn't they?
Yes, they did, but
Yep.
Unfortunately they couldn't get that.
They couldn't do it. So wow, Ray's picking the upset too.
Wow. No one picked a upset with me.
I'm taking the favorite in this one. So 4-1 Boston College at number 23 North Carolina State. NC State is in the Raleigh area. I'm familiar with that. I'll be there next week. So Boston College is 4-1. NC State looking like they might be a contender. Weston, who do you have? Boston College, who was unranked at the time, they're 4-1. NC State, who is undefeated at 3-20 and ranked 23rd in the nation.
I'll go with NC State.
Weston's got NC State. What say you, Raymond? I just wanted to say Raymond one time. Raymond! Remember that on White Men Can't Jump, that movie? Raymond! Is that you, Raymond? No, that's not me. That's not me. It is you. Give me that gun. Man, you need you a new gun. That's what he says. Wolfpack.
Wow.
Too sweet. That's right. So I'm actually,
Nice.
I'm going to piggyback on that one too, Ray. You know what? No, I'm not. I'm going to go with Boston College, and let me tell you why. I think BC's a little stronger than that. NC State had a delay, so I'm going to go ahead and pick a different one this time, and we're going to go that direction. All right, on to the 3:30 games. Number 4, Clemson at Wake Forest, who is 3-2. This is an ACC matchup. We are always pulling for anyone against Clemson. But hi, Aunt Joe. So we want to pick this one. Obviously, Clemson had a huge quarterback change last week. He got hurt. Then the backup of the backup, who just became the starter, came in, ended up winning the game for him.
Raymond already picked.
I see him. So who do you have, Weston?
I got Tigers on this one.
Weston has Clemson. I'm going to go with Clemson only because it's Clemson. And Ray also has the Tigers as well. So they're a wonderful thing, but here in Greenville, they're like everywhere.
Yep.
And people in the greater Greenville area, I just want to let you know about one thing. Those tiger tails hanging from your trunks, that is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my entire life. So don't be surprised if yours gets found on the ground somewhere and perhaps maybe had a minor accident and got cut off. But those things are hideous. I drive around and I say, oh my gosh, they have that tiger tail. It looks on a Lexus, a $70,000 Lexus. They got a stupid tiger tail. Why?
Why?
That ruins a perfectly good $70,000 Lexus. Anyway.
You just made it go down to a discount at $20,000.
depreciated the vehicle by $50,000. That's huge. Huge, I tell you. Anyway, LSU, number 5 LSU travels to the swamp in Florida. Florida is struggling, but they're doing well, 4-1. Number 22 in the country. LSU is locked and loaded, and they're rolling around like crazy, man. There is an actual tweet here I want to read from Steve Spurrier and Coach Les Miles, who former LSU coach. They have a bet. It says Les Miles says if we're going to win on Saturday, if we don't, I'll eat some of that grass of yours. When we do win, you're wearing my visor. Go Gators. That was from Coach Spurrier. So unless the head ball coach returns to the sidelines, I don't see that happening. So I'm going to pick the favorite here. I'm taking LSU. Who you got, Weston?
Florida.
Florida. So Weston is going to pick Florida. He's going to do the chomp chomp. All right. And Ray, what say you? Go Tigers. I love it. All right. This one is, we're going to save this game for very last, okay? This is the one we're going to talk about the most, and I already know. So the next one is Iowa State travels to Oklahoma State. Iowa State's a 1-3. Oklahoma State is 4-1. The game's in Stillwater. There's no question in my mind. This is going to be an Oklahoma State win. What you got, Weston?
I got Iowa.
Iowa State. Weston's picking Iowa State. There's another. What about you, Ray? You got. Ray wouldn't know which one I'm putting to the end.
How can I go against a team?
Cowboys.
Oh, God.
Ray is an avid Cowboys fan, so I figured he would go that direction. All right, Indiana travels to Ohio State. Every time we have to pick an Ohio State game, it gives me chest pains, Weston. Chest pains, because there's no way I ever want to pick Ohio State, but I can't help it. Indiana's much improved. They used to be just a basketball school. Now they're just a basketball school who happens to have a football team that goes to a bowl game every couple of years. So Ohio State, I think has this one. What about you?
Same here with you. Ohio State. Ugh, I hate saying that word.
I know, it's rough. What about you, Ray? Ray, I'm with you, buddy.
Yeah, I'm with you too.
All right. Arizona State travels up to Boulder, Colorado. Colorado is undefeated. Arizona State has a fantastic coach. He's turning that stuff around. Former Tampa Bay Buccaneers defensive backfield coach, I believe. All of a sudden now his name is escaping. Herm Edwards, that's who it was. Herm Edwards is the new coach there, doing a bang-up job. I don't know who to pick here. What you got? Who you got, bud?
I got Colorado.
Weston says Colorado. All right. What say you, Ray? You got the Buffaloes or you got the Aztecs there? The suspense is killing me.
I feel like there's like Michael Myers' music playing in the background.
Oh my gosh, we can't have that, can we?
No, one of my favorites.
Oh, the Sun Devils. It's not the Aztecs. That's funny. So we're gonna take. I'm also, I'm gonna go that route too. Herm Edwards has got that thing cooking, so I'm actually gonna go with them as well. So Shane and Ray. All right. So SMU, the Mustangs, headed down to Orlando. Hi, Stacy. She can actually join audio and video because she's right around the corner. UCF travels down to UCF to Orlando. Who you got there, Weston?
Go Knights.
Go Knights. What about you, Ray? What you got? Who you got? I'm saying go Knights too, by the way.
He's going with the Knights.
Knights, baby. That's
yeah.
pretty good. Oh, boy. All right. Kentucky, a rejuvenated Kentucky, headed down to Texas A&M, College Station, one of the greatest places to watch a game. What an environment that's going to be for them. Kentucky's facing probably their biggest test right now to date. They had a big one last week and passed, but this one would be even bigger. I am going to go with Texas A&M in the upset. What you got, bud?
Ooh, I got Kentucky on this one.
Weston has Kentucky.
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Kentucky Fried Chicken. That sounds actually really good.
Zaxby's Chicken.
Who you got, Ray? I know you're on a delay, and it's okay. Kentucky with the upset. Ah, there you go.
Ooh.
Hi, Aunt Joe. We said hi earlier. And by the way, we all picked Alabama, just so you know. All right, Vandy travels down to Athens. Nathan Kittrell, where are you? I saw you on here earlier. We know that you're a Georgia fan. Vandy is pretty okay, but they're Vandy. So, who you got, Weston?
I got Georgia.
Georgia.
Go Dogs.
Who you got, Ray, on Georgia and Vanderbilt?
Georgia.
Stacy says Georgia.
Unfortunately.
Ray says UGA all the way. I got to say, go Dogs. I just like saying that. I don't know why. All right. This one's going to hurt you too, bud. What's up, Matt? Airman First Class Skelton. Airman First Class Skelton on the live feed.
Woo!
All right. Auburn. This one was going to hurt a lot for you to pick against Mississippi State. Who you got, Weston? Auburn, Mississippi State.
But I would say this: if you pick a rival of Alabama, you're not a true Bama fan. I'm going with Mississippi State on that.
Oh, I'm taking Auburn on this one. There's no way I'm taking anybody else. What about you? Who you got there, Ray? Are you saying War Eagle?
Yeah, he's senior airman.
Oh, he's senior airman now. Oh my. Oh, what if if you call your stepdad every once in a while and let him know these things? Anyway, Auburn for Ray.
Wow. Just one.
All right. Congratulations to our oldest, Matt, who just received a new rank in the Air Force. He's now senior airman. Very good. Proud of you, bud. All right. Number 10, Washington travels down to Pasadena, California in the Rose Bowl.
It's true.
You can still call me. He used to call me all the time. Now he never calls me. Anyway, Washington at UCLA. Who you got?
I got Washington.
I have the Huskies as well, taking this one. What about you, Ray? What say you? It's funny to hear me like playing myself back.
Same here.
Yep. All right, Washington. Yes, they are a mess. So.
Yes, they are.
All right, Cornhuskers. Talk about another mess. Nebraska travels to Wisconsin, up to Madison. One of your favorite songs. They're all going to be jumping around like a bunch of wild dogs there. It's a 7:30 game. It's a night game. Another crazy place to watch a football game. It's going to be nice and cool, so you know it's going to be heated up. Who you got, Weston? You got Nebraska or Wisconsin?
I got Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. If Lori Ammon were on here, she'd be telling me you better pick Wisconsin. So she can always go back and watch this later. So I'm going to pick them as well.
Raymond's going with Wisconsin too.
Wisconsin fire right through the net. There you go.
Yeah.
Number 6, Notre Dame travels down to Virginia Tech. Vatech had a loss against the FCS team earlier in the year. Notre Dame is strong once again. I think their quarterback controversy is over with. Weston, who you got?
I'm going with Rudy on this one.
Going with Rudy on this one? What about you, Ray? Who you got? Notre Dame at Virginia Tech. It's in Blacksburg. It's going to be crazy. Is he going to go with Rudy or is he going to go with Vatech?
I don't know.
What the heck is a Hokie anyway?
I don't know.
That's their name, you know. Never pick the Chokies. Irish will be smiling. All I can say is Rudy.
Rudy. Rudy. Rudy.
All right.
Dang, the delayed.
I know.
Delayed though. LOL.
Lori, hello, Lori. All right, Utah travels down to Stanford, California.
Oh.
Should be an easy one for us to pick. I'm taking Stanford. No, I'm taking the Cardinals. No way out. So, what is your pick? Stanford or Utah?
I'm going with Stanford.
Stanford. What say you, Ray? Who you got? Stanford, Utah. The Cardinals win. There you go, or the Cardinal wins. And our final pick for the college ESPN 25 is the one that we've been waiting on for the last 5 weeks. This is the Florida State Seminoles, or the Criminals, as I like to call them, traveled down to Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens in Miami. The Hurricanes being dissed this week, being dropped 2 places from 15 to 17 in the polls. Even after a decisive win, the Hurricanes are giving up 13.5 points. Over and under is 48.5.
We're going to tell you anyways.
And I will tell you this. I already know Ray's pick. I know your pick. Florida State has been a mess. They're getting better as the season's going along, but I don't think they're going to recover. And by the way, we're all Hurricanes in this household, so go Canes, baby. All right. All right. That wraps up our college picks. Yep, that wraps up the college picks. So we're going to head over to the NFL. And so we're going to head over to the NFL. And these will be quick. We're going to start out with the 1 o'clock games. Tennessee Titans travel up to Buffalo. Who you got there, bud? Tennessee or Buffalo?
I'm going with Tennessee.
Going with Tennessee. I'm going to take the Titans. They're kind of a mess. Hey. I got the Titans as well. All right. So, who you got, Ray?
And this goes back to...
Yep, I have to go all the way down. I should
Hang
have
on.
responded. All right. The only 10 I see is the Titans here. That's a good one. All right, so we're going to do Weston, Shane, and Ray. That's awesome. All right, the Dolphins travel up to Cincinnati. Who you got?
Cincinnati.
Weston's taking the Bungles. I am going to also take the Bungles since they're at home. What you got, Ray?
Who there?
Who dat?
What?
Well, that would be the Saints. Who you got? Who you got? Miami at Cincinnati, Ray.
The struggle is real.
The struggle's real. That's funny. The Bengals. All right, we're going Cincinnati all the way. The Ravens, quote the Raven, nevermore, Weston, at the Browns. Browns versus Jags. Matt, that can't happen. They're both in the AFC. All right, the Ravens at the Browns. The Browns are under. They've like breathed new life with their new quarterback, who's starting, the Heisman Trophy winning quarterback from Oklahoma. And why can't I remember his name?
Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield. Thank you, Weston. So Baker Mayfield makes his first home start, or maybe he started last week. No, he was away last week. Makes his first home start. Who you got?
Looks like you got Ravens.
Who you got, Weston? Ravens or Browns?
I'm going with Ravens.
All right, so I'm going with the Ravens as well because we've been told that if we ever go against the Ravens, Denise Vickery's going to kill us,
Yep.
or at least make us wish we were dead.
Yep.
All right, the Green Bay Packers travel up to Mile High, well, actually probably down to Mile High Stadium to the Denver travel up to the Detroit Lions. Oh, look, it's Day-Day joined. What's up, Day-Day? In the house from Mobile. All right, so Green Bay Packers at the Detroit Lions. Who you got, Weston?
Where's Matthew Barton? Go, Pack, go.
All right, Ray, who you got? He's got the Packers. And all I got to say about this is dun, 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 dun. Go, Pack, go. No, it's go, Pack, go.
Whatever.
Dun, 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 dun. I used to hate that thing when they used to play the Bucks. But anyway, we're picking the Packers. Everybody's got the Packers.
Looks like Miss Lori's picking
All right.
the Packers too.
Jacksonville Jaguars travel up to the Kansas City Chiefs. 1 o'clock game up in Arrowhead Stadium. Are the Jags going to make a run out of it? It is a horrible song, Ray. Are the Jags going to make it after eating all that Kansas City style barbecue, or are they going to be barbecued?
Eat that. Eat it.
So you got the Jags. Who you got, Ray?
He going to Saxonville.
Really? I am taking the Kansas City Chiefs. We're going to take the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes, I think, he's still not ready for a loss. I think he's one more week away. Denver Broncos will travel to the New York Jets. Jets, Jets. Who you got?
I'm going with Jets.
Weston's got the Jets. What you got, Ray? Got dead air. Dead air's a bad thing on live TV.
He got Broncos.
He's got the Broncos. Yeah, I'm taking the Broncos as well. Not a big. I don't think the Jets are there at all. The Atlanta Falcons travel up to Pittsburgh. So the Falcons will take on the Steelers. Falcons have sort of a depleted.
Says he's got a delay, that's what he has.
I know, I read it. The Falcons travel up to Pittsburgh. We all know who my wife will not pick ever, and that's the Steelers. So I'm going, Roethlisberger is going to tear these guys up, but I think Atlanta is a little angry. So I'm going to take the Dirty Birds as well. Who you got, Weston?
Dirty Birds on this one.
All right. Ray's also got the Dirty Birds. Flat. I'm not going to do that. Remember that? Ray, do you remember the Dirty Bird dance that Jamal did? Jamal, what's his name? I forget his last name. Jamal Anderson, I think it was. Anyway. The New York Football Giants travel down here to Charlotte, North Carolina. Woo!
Woo!
Travel to Flair Country to take on the Panthers. Who you got, Weston?
Panthers.
Panthers in that? That's right, 2 A's. Who you got, Ray? The New York Football Giants or the Carolina Panthers?
Pink Panthers. Ooh. Ooh.
All right, we'll take it. You had the Panthers?
Yep. Yep.
All right. The Raiders coming fresh off of their first win of the season with with new old head coach John Gruden. And they're traveling down to LA from traveling down to Los Angeles to play the Los Angeles Chargers. Man, that is so weird to say. It used to be the San Diego Superchargers. We can't even sing that song anymore. San Diego Superchargers, not anymore. Anyway, who you got? The Raiders or the Chargers?
Chargers.
What say you there, Ray?
I didn't know they were called the Superchargers.
Well, they were that was a song back in like the 70s, I think.
Oh.
Yeah. Superchargers. I am also going with the Chargers. I don't think Gruden just doesn't have the mojo yet with the Raiders. The Minnesota Vikings travel to the defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. This is a Fox game. The 4:30 game's right in the prime time slot. I already know who you're going to pick. Who you got, Weston?
Which one is it? Minnesota and Philadelphia?
Minnesota and Philadelphia Eagles.
I'm going with Eagles on this one.
Weston says, fly, Eagles, fly. Who you got there, Ray? Oh, I'm saying fly, Eagles fly as well. One day we're going to go have a cheesesteak there in Philly. All right. Arizona Cardinals, the hapless, hopeless Arizona Cardinals against the San Francisco 49ers, who are a shell of their former selves. They haven't sniffed a Super Bowl in forever. Who you got, Weston?
Arizona.
Weston's going to take Arizona. I think that'll be their first win if they win. And I'm going to take the 49ers because they're at home. Who you got, Weston? Or who you got, Ray? Cardinals. Wow. All right. The Los Angeles Rams travel up to Seattle, to CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington, to face the 12th man and the Seattle Seahawks. Yeah, that is true, Ray. They should have kept him, honestly. I took the 49ers. Okay. Who you got? The Rams or the Seahawks?
I'm going with the Rams.
Weston's going with the Rams. I'm going to take the Seahawks on this one. Just going with the home team. I already know who Ray's going to pick on this one. But the Dallas Cowboys travel down to Houston, get a little bit of extra humidity, and maybe some Texan behind as well.
Looks like a rivalry game to me.
It could be down at Energy Stadium. This is the Sunday night game on NBC. Who you have?
I say, how about them Cowboys?
All right, Ray, who do you have? I'm just curious. I want to see what he comes up with. He's been coming up with some good stuff.
Yeah, he has.
It's for the Governor's Cup. See, I don't know this stuff.
Me either.
So, so I'm going to go along with Ray and with Weston saying, how about them Cowboys? All right. So Washington at New Orleans, the Redskins and Alex Smith travel down to the Big Easy to take on Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints on Monday Night Football. Who you got?
I got New Orleans.
Weston's got New Orleans. And who you got there, Ray? Giddy up. It's Cowboys still. That's the delay.
Yeah.
Go Saints, he says. And I'm going to make one bold prediction here. This is our final pick. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will not lose this week. There's no chance that they can lose this week at all. That's a lock. You can take that to the bank, go to Vegas, right, bud?
Yep.
Do you know why?
Ooh.
They're on a bye week.
Nice.
So, all right, those are our NCAA and NFL picks. I'd like to thank our celebrity guest picker, none other than Ray Bisak from The Ledger and the Big Nerd Podcast. Join his podcast. He does all kinds of stuff from wrestling to, I think there's some comic book stuff, some video game stuff, all kinds of jazz. It's actually a really good podcast. It lasts about 25, 30 minutes. Generally speaking, it's a good time. So it's worth the listen for sure. You can also follow him. Ray also does some articles for the Ledger. You'll see some stuff as well. And visit our website at trueconsultants.us. And actually, Ray just chimed in and he just talked to Ring of Honor's Ian Riccoboni. I don't watch a lot of Ring of Honor, so I'm not sure. I think he's their announcer. He's the voice of Ring of Honor Wrestling. So check out that podcast. I'll be checking it out as well. You can follow Ray at its BSOC on Twitter, or the Big Nerd at the Big Nerd Podcast on Twitter as well. You can follow us right here on Facebook at True Consultants, or you can go over to YouTube and watch Weston's channel at, what's your channel?
4.
At Ghost4. Check out his videos there. He'd love to have you. Next week, we got another celebrity guest picker. Hopefully, we'll be able to get them on video as well. And we'll go from there. So, on behalf of, it's BSOC Big Nerd Podcast also has a Facebook page, by the way. So, on behalf of Ray BSOC from the Ledger down in Lakeland, Florida, and Weston and Shane, that's the Bud and Bud Show, we're going to say so long from the Palmetto State.